Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where in the world you are at the moment. Greetings from Bangkok, Thailand, and welcome to 30 Minutes Promoting Unity in Diversity with Wanayran Angerer in Moving Cultures. Today, our guest is very special and is also very close to my heart because we all, both are living in Bangkok, Thailand, and we also have interests in common. Her name is Ling Da from China, France. Welcome, Ling.
Thank you. Thank you to invite me to interview today.
Thank you, Ling, and very happy that you accepted our invitation. So, who is Ling?
That's very difficult question from beginning.
True.
If I maybe I explain a little bit from the geography and biology. I born in China and grown up, study until 18 years old. After I went to Belgium to finish all my study until master in Brussels. After the adventure start, so I starting to work in Vietnam, Hanoi, after Paris, then Beijing, then after Bangkok. But Bangkok, I starting to stop my professional working and take care of the family and also more invest with a charity program.
Lynn, it's very exciting. You have been all over the world.
Korea very early.
Yeah, from a very early age. Can you let us know a little bit more about your family background? How you were so eagerly and so happily traveling around the world and meeting people from so many different cultures?
I came from the family quite, I would like to say classic and traditional from China. So my parents, they were come from, all from Beijing. And my mother come from north of China, but they living long time in Beijing. After, with the job of my parents, I moved several city in China. As my mother is a medicine, a doctor, and my father is working for education. So he's working for university and like director. So with this job, we have to move like every 5 years in China, in different cities. We have been living in Xi'an, Shenzhen, and Beijing.
Wow, you come from a very committed family. You know, your parents are practically the pillar of your persona. Lynn, China is a very ancestral society with so many history and delightful information. What can you tell us about China that has made you who you are today?
I would like to say China gave me the sensibility of interesting of history and culture, because it's a country has a long history, has a huge culture different in different provinces. I'm interested about the language and the behavior of the people, which stay with traditional way. This part, it really gave me the interesting or the taste to be discovered or to be more open with another culture. So this is very important part. And also, of course, it's very family, China, all based with a family. So family is very important for me as a culture part.
Yeah, tradition is very strong. You know, the way you create things, the way you relate in the dynamics is also very traditional. Can you tell us something about a tradition that probably is not very common in other countries, but is very specific of China?
But there's many, I mean, in different provinces, they have a different traditional culture. Like, I think like in Europe, America, you celebrate the Chinese New Year, and in each event, you have a traditional, I mean, symbolic parties. But in my family, I would like to say the most traditional is like respect the grandpa, grandma, and we take care of them and be careful of the people who are living the difficulties because they are working for the education part and the medical part. And there's very important discussion. I mean, we always have like a daily discussion in the family because we like tea. We like to drink tea. So there's always a ceremony tea at my home set up generally after dinner. So we discuss about our day. So what we do. And our lesson, my father gave me some suggestion or recommendation. It was like traditional for my family. Tea time is very important.
Are you also doing the same with your children and your husband? Do you get together and you share the experiences of the day and what is actually making you happy or what is actually making a little bit of a challenge for all of you?
Yes, we do that, but not as often as my family. But we regularly set up the tea ceremony, a moment with family, and to try different tea, like tasting the wine.
Lynn, China has diverse landscape. What is it about China that makes it so exciting and interesting for people when they visit?
Of course, culture part, I would like to recommend Xi'an because it's a old capital from China, which is like 3,000 years history. So there's many pagoda and many place, I mean, culture, area, food to visit. But for a landscape, personally, I like mountain. So I always run Yunnan province, Sichuan province. They have the highest mountain, like 5,000 or 4,000. You can climb with a guide. Very nice, beautiful. And the people are very different there. They are from minority and also they live together with each other. And there's community spring experience very strongly. So very beautiful.
Tell me about the different languages that you speak in China.
I speak generally Mandarin, like Beijing. So I consider like English for everywhere. So if you start speak Mandarin, they understand. But for them, if I went to Shanghai or I went to another city, they speak the local dialect. I cannot understand. Between
and the main ones are Mandarin and Cantonese, right?
Yes, Cantonese more in the south of China, but everybody learn Mandarin at the school after they keep their own dialogue in each city or each province.
What are the difference of the traditional costumes, dresses and clothing?
Right now, they're starting to popular again. It's like qipao.
Qipao
for the woman. And
with
man,
the neck, yeah.
Yes, the line and cut.
And the buttons, yeah.
Exactly. It's close to outside in Vietnam, but we don't have trousers.
So this is...
Yes, you can have a long sleeve, short sleeve, up to you. So right now it's getting quite popular. And for man, it's very classical. It's the coat clothes, like not like a suit. It's like a mao, you can see. Mao Zedong, everywhere the photo, they put this kind of costume, but there's no like traditional.
For the men, it's very classic.
Yes, they don't dress any more traditional. More the girl right now, they dress more and more traditional.
Okay. In China, there is several types of craft. You are a specialist of pearls, you do silk thread work, jade is also very popular. What can you tell us about the craft work in China?
Craft work, they have a lot. I think before they are popular, they're like jewelry, the jade, wood, paper, many things. But unfortunately, with the factory who come in, we lost a lot. So right now, I heard the government is starting to protect or to fund the people who have this kind of unique skill. but it's getting more and more difficult because
Yes.
for many years we don't really take care, and right now it's complicated. But there's one like calligraphy, and always practiced by the people. The art, calligraphy, they keep it well and they always practice. And personally, I learned calligraphy for 20 years.
For 20
So,
years, wow.
yes. So it's like a lessons for some people. They would like.
Traditional Chinese medicine is also very important in the world, I have to say now, from acupuncture, from herbs and natural medicine. Can you please elaborate a little bit about that?
The traditional medicine is not only the herb, it's only of acupuncture, also massage. So three of them, generally they go together. I don't know very well about this part, but I know my mother practiced sometimes with his client, with his patient. It's more like everyday practice, like everyday massage, like yoga somewhere. And when it's a problem, you can go acupuncture. Is go actually to pushing your blood. In general, the philosophy of Chinese medicine is about your body has many like trio. So one part it's stark, they have to re-block it. So acupuncture is one is to help to block.
Okay.
So, and also medicine also. Generally they go with together. Of course, they're natural, they are good, but it's not efficient. I have to say, if you have infection, you better take a medical. I mean, it's antibiotic.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good to be aware that it's a holistic approach that you can do the natural, but also it's important to rely on science. Yes. You also come from an education field. How is the education system in China?
Right now? Or
yes, in general, how it works for primary school, secondary school, the times of the year.
They work much harder. I mean, they have 3 years old, you have to go to the kindergarten. After 6 years old until 12 years old, primary school. From 12 years old to 18 years old, middle school and high school. But like the politic, it's not anymore right now, but the politic was, at my generation, was unique children. I mean, only child. So there's a lot of pressure for study, of course. So you have to be good for study. So you have to take much more lessons than what you have to do. The time take very long a day. I remember I was very tired because when I was 10 years old or 9 years, I always have to study until 10 o'clock in the evening. And even also for the holidays.
The holidays. So do you have classes on the weekends?
I have classes on the weekend, yes. The weekend was only, the Saturday was whole class, and the Sunday was for calligraphy or activity.
Extracurricular activities.
Yes.
You know, additional education. Okay, so tell me, please, what is the role of women in China at the moment?
This part, I would like to say the woman has more freedom than country that I've been generally, because this is maybe the one of the positive part with the revolution, because they push women to study. This changed a lot. They push women study, they push girls study, which is 30 years ago. So right now, if you go to China, even in the village, you hardly to see the people cannot read, cannot count. That's make very different. But after the woman, we don't have to work in the field, we don't have to working with the physics. So the woman right now is taking more and more place in the company, in the management team. They do be careful. this part, I would like to, even with a family situation, I think the woman has a more space to speak. Generally, if you ask a Chinese family, most of the time it's a woman who decides.
In the past, I know the women had very specific spaces to share information and also how to communicate. Do you know something about that?
I don't know exactly, but I know in the, in the city hall, for example, you always have a department called Women Union. So it's a place that they take care of the woman because the mother educate the children.
Okay, but also happened at the traditional level in the old times.
In the old time, woman doesn't have a right to study. Except you were from the really rich family. The most of the time, the woman cannot study. And I remember you have to put, because the woman cannot go out. Because the woman cannot go out, they even put the tissue around the feet of the woman.
Yeah, the lotus feet.
Exactly, the lotus feet, like my grandma has that. It's considered like you are a good woman. They give you a model to say that you are a good woman.
I also heard that the lotus feet tradition also started because in that way women were forced to work from their own space. They didn't move that much, so they were skills in thread, silk, painting, and in other very ancient traditions were very stern at that time because women didn't have any possibility to move around.
Yes. In the south, so around Shanghai, they are very popular for this part. Once because a woman cannot move out, and most of the time because the weather there, they are good to grow up silk. So it's also famous for that.
Fantastic. Lynn, now that you're living in Bangkok, but you used to live in Belgium, and you live in different places in China, and then you also live in Vietnam. How do you see yourself now as a global citizen? What has changed on you?
I think the big change is you get to know, you want to know, or you're curious more and more about another country, another culture. And you know less, you know that you know really a little bit about the world. More that I went, more I feel it.
It's true. That really becomes a big challenge because you're always seeking for information.
Yes, you were from Facebook or internet.
Yes.
It's not real. That's what we see in our reality.
It's true. So the people have to travel the world. The people have to be present in connecting with people. But I think technology has at least created the space for people to be curious and more interested about other parts of the world.
Yes, there's one thing I found common. Human is human. Like everywhere, we need love, we need happiness, we need to take care of others. This never change. Even you go to the country which is rich or poor, it doesn't change anything. The feeling of human, I always stay in the good way. That's what.
Yeah, fantastic. This is about the fundamental values of humanity. At the moment you start traveling abroad and connecting with other cultures, you really understand that we are only humans. It's nothing else over there. Exactly. Lynn, you were a very active collaborator of one of the very meaningful cultural fashion brands, that is Shula Fashion. What can you tell us about your experience with that company?
Me and Shula, it's very long story because we arrived at Vietnam at same year. Then we met together with a different objective in Vietnam. So we become very good friends. And I really look at the Shula grown up from beginning, the creativity of Laura and Diego. They are really very good friends. So how interesting their work, they use the a tissue local, and they continue believe the local system. It means use the local material, use the local people. I mean, as you know, they use all the handicapped people, but they never talk about that. For them, that's a big value. It means for them, I don't want to show it. It's natural. They are human.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a big. You need a big heart. I mean, big understanding for that. So this is after Diego and Lola. Personally, they are really nice. So they have a dream in their heart, and they have a belief more than a fashion. For me, their dress is like a story. For them, my wedding dress is designed by them. It was really unique. It was like a dragon go around Eiffel Tower. So it's really mentioned that our family is a mixed family, and it was like everywhere. People are not only remember the dress, they remember your story. They make a dress for you. I mean, it was a beautiful. So this is a Chula. I mean, we're keeping touch for right now more around 20 years already.
Wow.
The moment I arrived to Thailand, and they just opened a shop in Bangkok. So it was my proposition to give a help for the transition. Yes.
Lynn, I know that because of all the crisis and all the difficulties taking place in Asia, you know, also Chula has to dismantle and go back to Vietnam, but you also were very much involved in a project called Kids Go to School, and other platform was the French community for social causes. What can you tell us about that?
Actually, when I arrived here, I was looking for some charity program. So Kids Go to School was the first who come in my eyes. This program is created by Christelle. So from beginning, I think she's the same way, want to help the children. But after she realized we have a lot of way to help. Of course, we can go to visit them every week, to send them love, to say that we are here about you. But there's one part of the children, they are living in the difficulties. Difficulty means maybe they are without family. Some people, they are living in the violent situation. Like a few months ago, there's a girl who living in the very violent situation. She gets veiled by the drug dealer. So what can we do for these children? So we're starting to talk with the Father Alex, but also with the Father Alex. They are the heart of this program also. But to send all these children to separate with the condition that they live right now to a learning center, which is in Bangkok, in Chiang Mai, in everywhere in Pattaya, but we need some money to send to them. So then we said, okay, let's create a program called Kids Go to School to support these kids who are available to go to school and they want to change their life, give them a chance. That's why we start this program. So we're starting to ask people around us if they can give some money or they need help. Of course, many people are wrecked, but for the money part was a little bit weak, to be honest. So I said, maybe the way to ask is not the 100% right. So I said, let's create a program, let's create a product, which is we can sell the product and we give all the benefits to Kids Go to School. And this one working at this moment well. So right now we have some friends who are already like a product seller or businessman. They give us support, like they give their product to us, we sell it and we give. It's also another way. The people who can give, they also get some product which is used for them, and they give some pay money for that, which is useful for us.
Okay, and this project is the Links Flip Flop that you can find it on Instagram. Tell us a little bit about the project.
This flip flop I found in Go Chang Island. it was my personal, interest. I found the shoes there. I was looking for a flip-flop, which is made in Thailand and with good quality. So I found this one flip-flop, as you can see. They are all made in Vietnam, in Kyushu. So in the rubbers, which is, I think we don't use anymore, or some new rubbers. So they are very soft, and you don't slipper it. Also, the interesting part is we have many colors of the stamps or the straps. So it means you can play a lot of color with yourself, and you can design the flip-flop for yourself. And the prices are very reasonable. It's a 300 baht. So I'm starting with this project.
So the sandals are affordable. They're fun to wear. They're also
very comfortable, and also not slippery. Also no transparent. No, when you are really, here the weather are really warm, you don't feel sweater.
Okay. And also they're also using some recycled materials, right?
Exactly, it's recycled materials, and after they can redo it.
You can remake. Yes. Beautiful designs. Let's see, what else do you have over there?
We have for children. For example, there are some children in the age that they should know left and right side. So you can make different size, different color. So the children remember what is left side, right side. They are very
super.
And also for the adult, I have many different style. As you can see the poster behind, can you see?
Yes, more or less. You can make it closer. Okay. Yes, super. Yeah, so several designs, and they're also very funky, yeah?
Yes, you can, if you're interested, you can contact to me, and we make the home design, your own design. We can come in by Instagram or Facebook, and I will deliver to you to Bangkok. Then you can see who I am, and we can talk, and we can have ideas. So it's me only to make a home delivery everywhere in Bangkok for free.
What has been the response of the clients? Are they happy with the product?
They are very happy. Most of the time they are very happy, and thanks of them. This time, for example, they, like summer holiday, they have to come back to their own country, and many of people, they help me to order and to bring as a gift for their friend, and also to make more little bit advertising for these shoes.
Okay. I don't have to ask you, how do you promote unity and diversity, because your husband is French and you're Chinese and you are living around the world. So that has been a great way to educate the people on diversity and inclusion. But what else can you tell us about that topic?
Actually, I never feel that of course, we are from different country, different culture. But I think, as I said from beginning, human made are the same. Love is everywhere. People can feel it. You don't like it, everybody can feel it. So
that's truly. But let's talk about how you can, for example, in our case that we live in Thailand, we make sure that we work and collaborate with people from different countries, and that we are not only acquaintances, but that we do connect with the local community. But thanks to our initiatives, it's more visible, and we make an active role. I think not everybody is, even if they're foreigners or if they come from a multicultural settings, not necessarily connect with the local people. What do you think about that?
Especially in Thailand was my first experience. Even me personally, I feel difficult to communicate with the local people, because that's my fault, because I didn't make a lot of enough effort to learn Thai. But I think if we stay open, accept the difference, because we are different.
Yes. Yes, I think
little bit difficult to meet with local people, but they are there and they are very nice. I can feel it. I think I cannot say more because in the rest of country I always speak the local language. I can just share my experience when I was in Vietnam, how to be with local people, because I speak the language and it's changed everything. And also we can discuss about a politic, how to work together. Of course, we have a problem when I work there with Vietnamese to understand each other. Our value is different, the way to see the quality of the work are different, but keep communicated, keep exchange with people. Don't close our heart. This is experience.
Yes, exactly. I think, as you mentioned, sometimes communication is key. It's very important, but the communication can also be nonverbal. At the moment that you are doing this work with kids go to school and you are supporting the local community, it's a way of communicating that you care for them. You know,
exactly. And I don't speak language, but I do teach. I give before the COVID getting really serious, I go to their school. I teach Chinese for them 3 times a week.
Yeah, fantastic. So, exactly, the exchange.
Yes, because here, like in Thailand, there's a lot of Thai, which is invest in the Chinese school. So maybe they can have a chance to go to this Chinese school, which is free for them. But all these children, after 12 years old, the school, the normal middle school and high school, they don't accept them because they are from Krung Thoi. Their children that want to sit with someone who next to Krung Thoi. So I come back to this program. So it's quite urgent for the people. If you really want to help, please, because there's a social class problem in Thailand, and give them a chance.
Yes.
Go to school. So this why I teach them Chinese is one of the chance to give to them, because they offer a free class. So they can learn Chinese and they can learn Thai, but you need a little bit of Chinese level to enter. So that's what I do. So we cannot speak Thai, but I teach them Chinese. Each time they saw me, they say ni hao or xie xie. That's enough. And they know what I do.
We already reached the 30 minutes of conversation with Linda. And as she said, please visit the page Kids Go to School on Facebook. Also visit Lynn's Flip Flop in Instagram. Order your sandals, talk to her about any skills or any interests that will be suitable for the program. And remember that we are humans and we all need to be connected and reach happiness and well-being. So, Lynn, thank you so much for promoting unity and diversity and for your love and compassion for humanity. So I hope that we can get together again, because we haven't been able to see each other for a while. Exactly. And we're going to keep working together for the Kids Go to School project.
Thank you very much. Thank you to invite me. Thank
Namaste.
You.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Lynn.
See you soon. Bye-bye.